Last week we put out a video talking about how Pokemon could punch through that glass ceiling and dominate the landscape of all types of media, but today we're niching down to the trading card itself. That's right, here on Next Level TCG, we're going to be talking about things that the Pokemon Company can do, specifically here in the Scarlet and Violet era, to make the Pokemon TCG by far the #1 trading card on the market. What are you guys up to tonight?
I am not up to a whole lot, but I can tell you, I am getting more and more excited every single day for this new era, the Scarlet and Violet era. And just when we sit down and have conversations like this and kind of, speculate on what we think they could do and, kind of try to give them some good ideas, it gets me even more hyped.
I'm excited for everything. Been a great night for sure.
Yeah, man. It's going,
It's
man.
going.
It is going.
It's
It
going.
is Pokemon heavy as usual on a Monday night when we record these videos. So yeah, guys, first thing I want to talk about is the rarity of cards, right? So rarity directly ties to the value of a card. Like, would you guys agree with that statement?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
agree.
the more rare a card is, the higher value it holds, which is really the #1 driving factor in today's market, where these cards are $1,000, $800 at launch, right? Again,
At launch.
we do it. It's insanity. Insanity.
Yeah.
Never
Crazy.
thought I would ever see something like this, but I think we actually have ways to actually beef up these prices even more to get into where the sports card landscape is. So if you guys are sports card fans, you know that they have serial numbered cards. And I'm talking, guys, I'm talking about bringing this to the Pokemon TCG. All right, so before I give you guys how I think they should do it, what is your initial reaction to having serial numbered Pokemon cards?
I mean, I personally, it gets me excited because that means that there's even more of a chase, right? There's a limited, and we know how limited, that card is going to be, whether it's, 1 through 1,000 or 1 through 2,000, or whatever it might be. But just to have that extra difficult card to chase, I think it makes things really fun. Now, I know not everybody's going to say that. Some people are going to be like,
Yes.
no, don't make it
Very
more
controversial.
difficult. It is. But, I mean, when you do have the opportunity, to open some of those packs and pull that card, it's like, you'll agree with me, that you want it to be, very limited and more difficult to pull, but I am down for it. I think it would be awesome to have some serial number cards.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you, Nate, because it makes it when you finally get that card, man, worthwhile, right? You don't want things to be easily accessible like that, for sure. It's all about the chase. Who doesn't like the chase?
Right.
I mean, that's the exciting
It's
factor,
half the
but
fun of everything.
It is, and
Yeah.
including these serial numbers will make things even more wild when you actually get that card, because there's real rarity to that, even more, taking it to the next step for sure.
So I see
Yeah.
that I already convinced you guys without even telling you guys my plan. So that's good to know.
done.
It's done deal.
Done deal.
I'm
It
like,
is.
come on, man.
That's what it is.
Must be
for
on
sure.
must be on my game tonight. Look at that. All right. But okay, so here's my thoughts on serial numbered cards, because it really is. It is the most controversial thing I've heard. We've brought it up on the channel before. I've heard other channels bring it up, and there's always people in the comment section that are like, "No, keep it away, stay away." But I'm telling you right now, as expensive as things like the Miriam card is, and the Moonbreon is, you can multiply that by 10 by adding serial numbered cards, right? So as hype as everybody is for the alternate art Umbreon, as hype as everybody is for the freaking new Dendra card coming in Triplet Beat, that's what's creating all this hype, is that option of, oh my God, I can pull $1,000 card in this one pack or this one box, and people rush out to go buy it, right? Times that by 10, guys. Now you're talking about a card that could potentially go for $10, $12, $13, $14,000. If a one of one shiny Charizard card was graded as a PSA Gem Mint 10, you're looking at a $50,000 card from the get-go, right?
Yep.
Now,
game changer.
the only time that you can currently have that opportunity in Pokemon TCG is opening up Shadowless First Edition base set. That's the only thing. Is that within your guys' price range at all?
I'm getting close. No, nowhere near. Nowhere near.
Now add that hype and that chase to a modern card that you can find sitting on your Target shelf, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I
Insane.
would do. I would take all of the big chase cards, right? I would take all the ultra rares, the secret rares, whatever, right? And you do exactly what they do in sports. You color code them, right? So we just went from yellow border to gray border. So we know that they have that opportunity now, and the borders are going to be holographic. It's really not that hard. All you have to do is change the color of the border, the color, the sheen, right?
Yeah.
And then you have black, red, blue, green, purple,
gold,
pink, gold, silver, all these different types of cards, to where now you still have that Moonbryon card, right? You can still chase after that Moonbryon card, but now you also have the limited to 10,000 print, limited to 1,000 print, 100 print, and even the 1 of 1. That's right. I would definitely bring the 1 of 1. Can you imagine pulling that Moonbryon, Umbreon alternate art, black border, black letters, 1 of 1 card where it says it right there on the top, 1 of 1, handwritten by, whoever the artist is of the card.
I mean, that's Willy Wonka right there, right? That's getting the golden ticket.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Oh, easy.
What would you guys do? So you got to show up. You got to get on the camera. You got to dance. What would you do if you pulled the card? I'm just kidding. You don't have to do this.
Oh my god! If I pulled that card, we would not be able to continue the video because I'm flipping the table, I'm knocking stuff over, I'm going crazy.
Right.
Because I just pulled that 1 of 1. That would just be absolutely insane, man. To kind of come at the counterpoint of that. I will say that, I mean, I think even you're saying like 10x or something like that. I mean, I think a 1 of 1. I mean, I think we're talking way bigger than 10x.
Thinking more than $7,000 for 1 of 1 alternate or Umbreon.
Oh, I think so. I mean, you're tell me you're the only one with that Umbreon. I mean, what are you gonna, gonna put it for 7K? Are you gonna put it?
I'm calling Logan.
You have that power to set up that price range.
Exactly. So I mean, it does scare me a little bit because I know it can get way out of hand that way. But then again, it's like. Those cards are so much more unique, way more unique than anything we've ever had in the Pokemon, TCG before, because, you think about it, even that Moonbryon card, I mean, there's thousands of them out there. There has to be, right?
Probably tens of thousands,
Exactly.
20,000, 30,000. Think about how many booster packs of Evolving Skies were printed. You know what I mean? Like, I know people who've sold thousands of booster boxes of Evolving Skies,
Right. So, I just think, it's crazy. I think it's...
Dro, what would you do, man?
It's an amazing idea. It really is. I think it's cool, and I think they would benefit from doing it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, if I pull that card, for sure, no, man, my prized possession, my iMac that I do all my editing is gone. I can get it right back. I can get a brand new one.
That's true. That's true.
I'll be honestly, I'm thinking about upgrading when it's come to that.
Blow my mic out screaming.
You would sell it or you would keep it?
Man, I would keep it for a minute. 100%, but
literally 60 seconds.
The 60 seconds it takes to list it on TCG Player.
There's this movie called it's like a lottery ticket movie with Lil Bow Wow and somebody else, and there's this one scene, right, when he got the lottery ticket, the winning lottery ticket, and he's coming from a very beat up homes, area, humble beginnings, and then literally they arguing saying that you can feed the whole neighborhood with this. Everybody got eyes on you. That's how I would feel with my family, what I'm saying? With my niece and nephews and stuff like that. Generational wealth. Imagine having generational wealth just with Pokemon cards.
$3 million.
Yeah. So
I would definitely make sure that I have some form of way to contact, Logan Paul, to get this card into his hands as quick as possible and get it out of mine.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
I would be selling.
It's a market. It's a huge market for these billion-dollar people out there.
Yeah. Well, dude, even like looking past the 1 of 1s, like the 15 out of 100, like even that would be insane. And it doesn't even have to be the best card in the set. It doesn't even have to be the Umbreon. Like imagine getting the alternate art Dragonite in that set. With a red border, 10 of 100. Like even that would be crazy valuable compared to today's standards. And Yes, it would bring out the scalpers. Right. It would bring out, they would definitely have to find a way to combat that because it's already hard enough to find stuff on the shelf. And it's damn near impossible to find sports cards, which, the sports card thing has been getting better. I know I've been able to find a lot more sports cards, which I'm getting back into.
Yeah, likewise over here too.
But for a while there, it was drier than Pokemon. So, but very, very interesting. All right, I'm going to move on to my next one. And I'm going to see, I'm just going to tell you the idea. And then, Nate, I want you to take it away, okay? Because we talked about it briefly before we started recording, and I think this would be an absolute gigantic game changer in Pokemon TCG. And that is the Pokemon Company creating and grading their own cards, having their own grading company, grading their own Pokemon cards. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think that could be huge, right? That, honestly, I think would really flip the whole grading world on its head. The actual company manufacturing these cards is now also grading them. I think it would be great. And I think that, people would find more, they would trust, I feel like I would trust the Pokemon Company more than even a PSA, the top of the market in the grading market right now. I feel like I would trust Pokemon Company, a little bit more. They know what they're looking at. They made the cards, everything like that. Another thing I think it could help do also is improve their quality of their cards. If they're going to be like, all right, we're going to have to turn around and
we're going to be grading our
facts on what our cards actually look like. Right. They're going to be like, all right, let's make this quality a little bit better here at the factory. So, when we get them back in 6
real
months,
quick, could you imagine? Could you imagine releasing a new set and not a single Gem and Tin or something like that comes out of the whole lot with their green?
Exactly.
I mean, that'll be a big upgrade with the quality control if they get the Pokemon card that they created back to them to get graded and whoa, wait, what happened?
Right?
They would have to replace it with a new one.
I mean, then again, right? Right. But yeah, I think that would be huge. Not only in the grading thing, but for quality as well. And I think, it would be interesting, right, to see. We kind of talked about this as well. There's some other grading companies in that out there. Not as reputable, not as big, but are trying to do different things with how how they grade, but also how the slabs look, right? Right. Pretty much, a slab pretty much looks like a slab, right? But there's some companies out there that are, trying to spice it up, put some colors on the slab, try to make, the little part where, it says the grade you got, kind of match what the card looks like, that, the design of the card and stuff like that. So I think, Pokemon could kind of go that way. I think that would be cool, kind of set them apart. But yeah, I think it'd be a really awesome idea. Something Pokemon Company really should think about. Grading Pokemon cards is huge. They can't deny that. It's huge, and it's a market that they are completely 100% missing out on.
Yeah, they'll make more money that way too, is having their own grading company.
Another avenue of revenue.
It's booming.
They love making money over there.
Yeah, exactly. So most definitely, you see all these new grading company coming out of nowhere. After when Pokemon just had that mega boom in 2019, 2020, And honestly, do you think that they might partner with PSA in the United States, maybe? If they do try to get their own grading company, or would they try to do it just solely by themselves,
That would be a tough call, because they would definitely gain a lot of experience and knowledge by it. Now, the only way that I think that would technically work is if they had a subset within the company, right? So where, they would just have PSA would have a section of their company that was basically Pokemon Company hired individuals.
Right.
And every Pokemon would go through that. It would still be a PSA slab, but maybe potentially change the label, change who's actually grading the cards.
Exactly.
And
that's what I was thinking.
I would prefer it the other way.
That's a good idea.
I would prefer it would definitely be cheaper for them to do it that way. But as a collector, I would prefer to do it the other way. I'd prefer to literally send my cards to, the Pokemon Company directly, and have their techs have their hands on it. And like you were saying, have their own dedicated labels, their own dedicated slabs. I mean, look at the 74,000 grading companies that popped up in 2020 that all have the same type of slab. You can literally buy them in bulk. Like you can go on like Amazon and eBay right now and buy empty slabs in bulk. Now you got to have the machines and stuff to put them together, but you can buy the slabs themselves. That's why all these companies popped up. They were like, oh snap, I can get these myself. Yeah.
Why not have the Pokemon company already have slabs ready on these newer sets, you know, and probably potentially sell them that way, or have them hidden.
Like pre-selling, like perfectly.
Yes, pre-selling slab.
Like get your PSA 10.
That's a whole other thing, because you know, because then it kind of brings up the question: why would they buy packs though? That would be my thing about it. Because there's already a whole segment of the fan base that only buys singles, right? You see it in the comment section all the time. True. Buy singles. You're wasting money by buying packs, you know. But it removes the whole chase, which is what half of it's from. So I don't know if like Pokemon Company directly selling, you know, Gym Mint 10 Pokemon cards on PokemonCenter.com. I don't know if that would be a great thing, because they would also be controlling the market. There would be
that's what I just was thinking.
You know,
too.
It could be a way to curb the market, though. It could be a way for them to prevent cards from getting to $100,000.
Right, because I think that Pokemon Company need to find a way to control the market. Now, on launch day, the cards haven't even been presented to us yet. It's already $500. They need to try to find a way to have control.
It would definitely make it less volatile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you know
so too.
The Pokemon Center is selling the perfect shiny Charizard at $799, it first of all, it would be scalped to oblivion. Their site would crash every time they went up. And people would be.
That's another thing. They need to figure out the site as well.
Site,
for real, though.
We talking about how rich the Pokemon Company is and how they need to make games better. They need to make that Pokemon site, Pokemon Center site.
Yeah, seriously.
Another thing too that I think would be really, really awesome, we've talked about it briefly on the channel before, would be people like authentically autographing Pokemon cards, right? Like you see it all the time where people will go to conventions, bring their Charizard, and Mitsuhiro Arita will go ahead and sign it and draw his little Charizard face on it, right? And then PSA would authenticate it, which, you know, Pokemon can do that themselves now because we just determined that. Having the artists actually autograph the cards themselves, these new modern cards, and you can also find a way to serial number those, right? Here's another autograph, the same artwork with an autograph sticker on it or on-card autograph of the artist, or potentially even the person who may do the voice of the trainer, right? Like if it's a trainer card, you know, have Sarah, I can never say her name, Nashanami. Something like that. I apologize, Sarah. Don't come after me, please. But like having her autograph like a full art Ash or something like that, or you know the guy who voices Brock doing a full art Brock trainer card. Like, I think that would be absolutely amazing. What do you guys think about having autograph cards beefing up, you know, the hobby as well?
Yeah, that was something I was actually going to bring up a little bit earlier, but then I realized we were going to talk about it here. But yeah, when you were talking about the serial number cards, I was thinking, you know, we could almost do, you know, where it would be, you know, autograph cards and like an autograph serial card, or, you know, keep them separate or something like that. But I would love that. I think that would be awesome. I personally don't have any autograph cards in my collection or anything like that. So, you know, I think it's just something that, again, makes it unique. Anytime you can make a card unique in a set, it's going to make it stand out, you know, not only visually, but also in your wallet as well. It's going to be more money the more unique it is. So I think that the artists need to be appreciated a little bit more. That's something that's never, ever, ever talked about unless it's, you know, vintage cards or something like that, or maybe an artist, you know, that's been around like since the very beginning, and it's like a Rita, you know. But you know, go ahead and go look in your, you know, your bulk collection there. Go look at all the names on the bottom of the cards. I guarantee you, you know, you probably haven't heard of many of those names, and it's just because it's really not talked about. And I feel like, you know, they should deserve some more recognition, especially, you know, they're creating these cards that get artworks, or they're creating these artworks for cards that are going for $500 plus right now. I mean, any other like, you know, regular artists, you know, out in the world that's, you know, creating paintings or something like that, like, you know, they're getting money, you know, in recognition in that off of like their artwork, you know, for their name and stuff. And I feel like they're not really, here in the Pokemon company, like their name's just real tiny down there in the corner. And it's like, I feel like with a signed card, more people would look into the artists and actually, kind of discover, more about that artist, more what they do, maybe even outside of Pokemon, things like that. But I think it'd be awesome. Great idea.
Yeah, great idea. Just piggyback off of you, Nate, where you said like about the artists making their own paintings and going like people buying it for buku amount of money. I mean, it's essentially the same thing with these cards, with these artists, or with these art on these cards. Is getting pretty ridiculous with the price, but like that's art, right? We should implement those signed artists signatures on these cards to appreciate them. Have some autographs signed by the artist and to show that appreciation towards them, because I try to, because like these are amazing artworks,
They really are.
Yeah.
Not speaking about money, just appreciating the voice actors too as well, and just appreciate what they do. And because I'll be happy to have an Ash Ketchum voice actress signature on it. That's amazing.
So I know last week.
If you're a collector, you would love that, But a lot of people don't like the signatures on cards sometimes too. But bump that.
I don't know why that. Yeah. See, but I'm not a massive fan of the third party one. Like, not necessarily, but like actually going to the convention and getting a reader to sign it. That's fantastic. If I did it myself, I wouldn't want to buy that from a third party, because for me, that's more about the experience than it is the actual card being signed up by him. To where if it was an authenticated Pokemon TCG product that had his signature on it, and I pulled it out of a pack, that again is an experience in itself. As opposed to just buying somebody else's, experience, because it might be worth a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Or in some cases, literally not worth as much because it does have the signature on it,
Yeah, because I really liked what they did with the trainers inside the game. Like Marnie, she had her own signature Pokemon card. And I thought that was really dope. I'm like, we need more of that, honestly. Real
Professor
Rose or whatever,
not just printed.
Rose did it
real,
too.
Well, the whole Crown Zenith has all those autographed trainers on there.
Yeah,
but like
I love
real.
It. I love it.
Yeah. Like, what do you think? Like, I know,
real,
Drell, you mentioned Detective Pikachu last week when we were doing our episode. Like, now imagine having the actors in the movie having trainer cards, right? Like, the guy that played the main character, right? Or maybe even a Ryan Reynolds, a full art Ryan Reynolds Pikachu card, where he signed it in the Detective Pikachu set.
Imagine
Ryan Reynolds and Pikachu side by side,
with an autograph of Ryan Reynolds on there. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the chase card for the set, and it would have been awesome, dude. Like that would have been fucking sweet. Excuse my language.
That would have been cool.
But that would be huge. Nobody would be crapping on Detective Pikachu if that was a thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And if they're gonna have all this more live action stuff going on, that's just more autographs that you can put on cards. More live action movies, live action television series. Those are more actors, more faces that you can do. And it would just be really freaking dope, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
So
I like that.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys have anything else that you want to add? Anything that the Pokemon TCG could do that maybe we didn't touch on today to really make them the number one, numero uno, Mac Diddly Daddy of trading cards?
Yeah, I think that, they need to, the trading card game really, you can't just have it as collectors, right? You need all the people that play the game. No, you need all the people like myself that play the game as well. And I think that, really amping up, making the in-person tournaments, TCG tournaments and that way more amped up. You need to make them bigger. You need to make them more exciting. You need to get, more, people from the Pokemon, what am I trying to say? The Pokemon world, meaning like, all the former actors, things like that are at a lot of the conventions and stuff, but you need to get them to come to these types of events as well. Yes, I think they just need to really blow them up and make them something really big and special. Not only to, keep the players that we have here excited, but to get more players into the game and playing it.
Right.
I just always find every time I, sit down with somebody that's never played the Pokemon TCG before and, help them learn how to play and get them playing it, I always find that they're like, man, like this is so fun.
Mm.
This is not as hard as I thought it was. It's really fun. It's a nice fast paced game. I am able to, build up decks and things like that pretty easily. And I understand it. That's a great feeling, to find somebody that just found that joy in Pokemon. And I think that the Pokemon Company, by blowing these events up, making them huge, probably involving some content creators like Next Level TCG.
Yeah.
Amazing. But just really involving, more creators and things like that, I think would make it awesome, make it a much bigger event, because it's all about marketing, right? For those types of events. And, creators can really help get that word out there for things like that. But just making them bigger, making it big, something like it's never been before for the tournament. And also have better coverage of the tournaments as well.
Exactly.
Because like you can find some different channels in that do have some coverage. And the Pokemon channel, YouTube channel, does have its own coverage of it as well, but it's just not pushed out there enough. I don't know. Maybe it's not hitting algorithms, quite like it should. But amping up those events and making them more exciting will help that algorithm as well. But I think making the tournaments a really big thing and a main focus this era would be huge.
Yeah, for sure. And then like I said, this team up with Twitch, you team up with these live streaming sites as well to broadcast these tournaments, and marketing for sure got to step up, because I don't know when's the next tournament, and then by the time that I do know, it's like already too late, and showcase the people who are like really big in the tournament scene, make them well known, make them have like a team, not have a team, but like, when you go to the gaming world, they have jerseys,
right? And
everything. There's a team. That's so cool. Imagine having you part of the tournament and you got your own jersey, or you sponsored by on some NASCAR stuff, like Red Bull sponsor you to play Pokemon TCG games or like the tournament and stuff. So I think that will step it up for sure. Or maybe have like their own Pokemon convention for themselves, like
hosted by them. Yeah, because these events like Collecticon,
hosted by them.
Yeah, the events like Collecticon and stuff like that are absolutely massive and awesome places to go. I mean, logistically, I don't know if it's like just not profitable enough for them to foray into something like that. But I'm with you, man. Make a convention, a Pokemon convention hosted by Pokemon, featuring some of your favorite and brightest content creators and all this sort of stuff all the time. Like, it would be
exactly.
I mean, look what Leonhardt did with his little event that he had going on. Multiply that by 10,000 if Pokemon's hosting it themselves.
Exactly. And then with the tournaments within the con, dope. Have these build-in battles more. Have like a legit tournament with those too as well, with the build-in battle decks.
Battle, it'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just more ways.
Goes back to like what we were talking about.
But it'll be cool just to have a build-in battle segment,
classic collection, like we were talking about, like that. Do with
that.
Exactly.
Thing. And I'll bring in, that'll bring in more people into the TCG, and have these more, cash prizes is cool, but like maybe
give me the money, bro.
Those
exclusive cards are basically cash prizes, bro. Like those trophy cards are hella expensive, bro.
More trophy cards. Maybe have them feature in the trophy cards. Maybe the winners. Cool. That'd be dope.
I like it, man. I like it. Awesome ideas, guys. We would love to hear your guys' ideas down in the comment section for sure. Let us know what you think Pokemon could do for the Scarlet and Violet era, because we're looking for immediacy, guys. I don't want to know what's going to happen 15 years from now. What can they be printing in the next couple of sets that could really give that boost? Because remember, we didn't get alternate arts until the second half of Sword and Shield, which really elevated the entire era. So usually they do a big change like that halfway through. What would you like to see make the Scarlet and Violet era pop off, similar to how the alternate arts did for Sword and Shield, if not even better? If you guys like Pokemon TCG conversations, here on Next Level TCG, we have multiple videos every single week, so please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you enjoyed today's conversation. And remember, guys, be kind to each other, be super nice. This Pokemon community only works when we're here to support each other. If you want to make judgments, keep them to yourself. What your mama used to say, what they used to say, if you don't got nothing nice to say.
If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
That's right, guys. Positivity, because if you want to level up, you need to be kind, and especially you need to be yourself, because there's room for you here and in this community.